we will be traveling for the next 2 days, starting at our nearest airport in Chiapas, Mexico. And if you've seen my community post, you know that we're bringing along the new member to our familia for the very first time.
We're flying back to the US with a cat.
With a night stop in Cancun.
Apparently when you have a pet, you have to sit at the back of the airplane. I did not know that. I actually booked the second seat, but they moved us to the last row and it's taken. So now we're waiting till everybody sits. So I got the seats with extra leg room, but they put us in the back, so she doesn't have much space.
And I didn't have a lot of space for my legs either, so I kind of had to like tuck them in my daughter's little nook because I just had no space.
2.5-hour flight and she did okay. She only cried on takeoff and that was it.
This is considering that she actually used the restroom on our car ride from our home in San Cristobal de las Casas to the airport, which is like an hour and a half away. So she couldn't hold it and empty her bowels. So by the time we got to the plane, she was all good.
Now we're waiting for a shuttle. I'm sweating profusely because it's 1,000,000,000 degrees. But she's good. She hasn't complained. More than I can say for myself. So we're spending the night in Cancun because there was no morning flight from Tuxtla to Cancun or to Mexico City. So we have to wait until tomorrow to take the flight from Cancun to Miami. And also the only airline that had a flight with that connection was JetBlue from Cancun to Miami. I was kind of surprised by that.
I am not complaining. JetBlue is my favorite airline, so no complaints.
Last time we were in Cancun, we also had a hotel that had a shuttle, and you had to reserve it 24 hours in advance. This one you had to call when you got here. That's the idea if you ever need to take the bus to the city. You can buy it there, but there's usually a long line, so I suggest you go there. That's ours. We're staying at the Fairfield.
The shuttle came quite quickly, and it does go around to different terminals to pick up more people, but it was speedy and the guy was very nice. And it feels a lot safer to me than cabs do after that experience that I had. I'll link that video below if you haven't seen it, forewarning of taxi driver issues. Now this hotel is a lot more pricey than what I'm used to. I'm used to paying about $50 for a night, but it was the only one that accepted pets.
Kind of fancy. So rare to see a microwave in a hotel in Mexico and a refrigerator. This is common. This and this, not common.
But aside from the microwave, there wasn't much difference from the hotels we usually stay at.
Very nice. And we'll see the view in the morning. How are you doing? She did so much better than I thought she would, to be honest.
Yeah, I really thought she would cry the whole time because she's very vocal. Now I'm headed to do laundry.
So I gave the cat a bath, but I need to do laundry now because I felt like the smell was coming from everywhere.
Luckily, they have a machine in this hotel, so that's really good. And they sold me tokens at the front desk, and it wasn't very far from my room. I think they gave me a room close to it because I asked about it. But after the incident in the car, I had to wash the backpack in the sink in the bathroom.
We bought tokens for 100 pesos. One for drying and one for washing.
And the smell didn't quite come off. Like, I was very happy that the backpack was good enough to be washed in the sink. And then I ended up washing it twice, thinking that it would help. But it didn't quite go away. I was left with a mixture of antibacterial soap and smelliness. And it was not pleasant.
It
It's almost 11 and I just started laundry. I might regret it later, but this is just part of traveling. And my daughter's ordered room service. Maybe I'll run up there and see what they're doing. I feel like when you travel a lot, things like this just kind of become part of life, which is kind of weird to say. It honestly is still strange to say, especially now that we have a home base and have a mixture of normal life. He was from Chiapas too. We got pizza. Salmon. Wow, it looks like the picture. Burger. And a lot of fries. Now, one thing I take into consideration when booking the hotel is that taxis are super expensive here. So paying a lot of money for a meal in a hotel compared to paying a lot of money for a taxi cab drive to somewhere cheaper to eat is kind of the same sometimes. The girls paid for it, which I thought was very sweet. We always travel on a budget, so if they want to buy anything that I would consider splurging, they have to pay for it, or at least half. This time they were worried about what I was gonna eat, because I can't really eat junk food, so they split it amongst themselves. And I got a healthy meal of salmon with salad. They're just too kind. I love them so much. And it makes me feel really good that we've really grown to be a team through our travels. I really do think that our lifestyle has created this amongst us. I don't think that if we'd have had a traditional type of life, we would have the same connection, because we've kind of grown together, you know, through different stages of life, obviously. We even watch her toy. And I still, you know, do the motherly thing, obviously. But we are a team. Laundry. Laundry is done. And the backpack held up fantastic. Almost good as new. I will add the link below because I loved it so much. Good night. See you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
Love you.
Love you. Good morning, sunshine.
And this little new addition to our team was kind of really happy to be at the hotel. She was like nothing has changed. Super chill. Look at her play. It is 7 a.m. We went to bed at 12:30. Too early. But good morning, sunshine. I thought I'd get up a little bit earlier than them to give you a tour. I like tours. Do you like tours? I don't like tours. I love tours. I just love seeing new places, and you know, hotels are not any different. Now, this hotel was really pretty. It wasn't that different from other hotels that we've stayed at in the area. I did like that they had the shuttle service and that you didn't have to reserve ahead. I was a little bummed that we were only staying a few hours because I really like to make the most out of the facilities, especially when you're spending a lot of money. And this hotel was definitely pricier than I'm used to, so I would totally like to in that pool.
I actually don't know where I put my bathing suit. Otherwise, I'd be going in there.
They also had this trail. I don't know how far it went, but it would have been nice to take a walk through there. It was a really pretty hotel. It like the kind that I think I would want to explore a little bit more. So next time, if there is a next time, I'll definitely give myself more time.
So I think we were here way too short to give it a true assessment, but it's quite pricey for an overnight stay, I think, in my opinion. And so the room, we got 2 double beds, right? Or 2 queen beds, which is supposed to be for 4 people. But when we got to the front desk, they said it's for 2 adults and 2 kids. So for a single mom like me, am I technically paying for 2 extra kids? Because I had to pay for my other daughter. Doesn't seem fair. Because if the rate includes 2 adults and 2 kids, and I don't have the 2 kids, doesn't make sense, but whatever. It's a nice hotel.
I'm kind of thinking 2 kids would be equivalent to 1 adult, but anyways, my dilemma with it was that it was listed as a room for 4 people and we were only 3. So having to pay an extra $25 didn't quite make sense. Although she said that breakfast was included and that was part of the reason. But one of my daughters ended up not even having breakfast, so I paid an extra $25 for nothing. I really prefer hotels that give you the flexibility to choose what it is that you're getting. Because we really had to squeeze breakfast in. We didn't really have that much time before taking off the hotel. And I think I would have appreciated an extra hour of sleep versus having breakfast. Having said that, breakfast was pretty awesome. It was what I would call like a traditional breakfast for the United States, like for free breakfast at a hotel, plus traditional Mexican breakfast, like chilaquiles and beans, plantains, and eggs, like that kind of thing. So it was a nice combination.
Very thorough breakfast for Mexico. I'm quite surprised. So maybe I don't feel that bad paying extra 500 pesos for my other child. No, I do.
And that's because I feel like the reason that we don't really explore Cancun or don't really like stay in Cancun for long periods of time is because most hotels here are all inclusive. And that kind of limits your choices. So it's great if you're the kind of person that goes on vacation, like you save up all year for this special trip, but it's not so great for travelers. I like having the flexibility to choose if I'm going to eat at a hotel, if I'm going to eat away. Like last night, we made a conscious choice to have room service, you know? Having said that, again, it was very yummy. These are eggs with chorizo. And these were salchichas, so like hot dogs with like a creamy sauce. And the oatmeal, I'm a big fan of oatmeal, and this was pretty good oatmeal. And they had peanut butter, which gives it like an Americanized twist. So
thank you, April, for my coffee today.
And the coffee was good. It wasn't Chapanecan coffee, but it was good.
Never seen the salchicha with this sauce. It's almost like a bechamel sauce, but spicy.
And oatmeal is my go-to. It's pretty much what I have every day. So I was happy. And ready to go for our last flight. There were just so many bags. I was so ready to get it over with. And I think Kitty was too. And checking in was really easy. So we checked in the bags there. I got a tag.
And then we just dropped off our bags there.
And we had somebody help us through this. Usually lower priced airlines don't really help you with anything. You have to figure it out yourself. So I was happy to have the assistance.
She was a pro the second time.
And TSA went easy. And as always, Cancun Airport is so pretty. And the kitty cat was pretty chill. She wasn't crying. She wasn't trying to escape. She was just chilling.
Hey, hello, Poopy. So we have one more flight to go, but I'm kind of thinking that it was not as bad as I thought. I really thought she'd be meowing nonstop because when we went to the vet, she meowed the whole time. But I think she's starting to get used to it. She did not want to go into the bag this morning, but she's chilling.
Now, in this airline, they didn't make us sit in the last row or have her sit in the window seat.
A second later, she got out of the leash, so the leash did not work.
But some of you told me that I didn't tighten it enough, so I will try that next time.
They don't have any cups. I was hoping they had like Dia de los Muertos. I've heard they have a new line.
And I love this place. Like, it's a French bakery, but mixed with a little bit of Mexican because that's pan de muerto, but it's really good, really tasty. I usually won't get a drink here because they don't cater to my dietary restrictions, but the girls love their coffee and their matcha. It's a really good. If you see it, get it. Highly recommended. I, on the other hand, went to Starbucks because I know that I can have that. It's one of the things I love about American businesses. You know they cater to your dietary restrictions, at least most of them. And they did have the cups. I just didn't see them at the beginning. But they were so cute. I really wanted to buy some, but instead I bought some pan de muerto that came individually packaged so I can give them out as gifts when I get back home. And I got me an iced tea with a little bit of soy milk. It's one of my favorite drinks. And it was so refreshing because it's hot in Cancun. Even inside the airport, it was hot. And we were so ready to go. Okay, I'm starting to get excited. I miss Miami sometimes. I do love my family, so I'm excited about that. I think the pushing down of the missing people is a coping mechanism to being an immigrant, to being a traveler, to being away from people you love.
We're going to ask you to continue to take this seat.
Now look how cool this plane is. This is one of the reasons I love JetBlue. You have everything that you need.
And free snacks.
And free snacks. They actually like give you things, and you have leg room, you have movies, you have free Wi-Fi inside on board while you're flying. And there was even like a pop-up that said that you have direct TV once you're near enough to the US. I think that's pretty cool too. It's such a chill ride. And to be honest, every time I've taken it from Mexico, it's been pretty empty. Now they only fly from Cancun, I believe. And this ride had a lot of turbulence, and the cat did not like that. Yeah, she meowed a lot in this part. But aside from that, she was pretty good. It was just like once we hit Florida and we hit some turbulence that she was not happy. But we made it.
We're in Miami.
My sister picked us up and we headed to have dinner with her family. And this is the most American place I think we could think of. I don't know, it's cute. They have hot dogs and burgers and all kinds of street food from all over the United States. Some Caribbean items, but mostly from the US. So we sat, we enjoyed, and we shared some time. They made me a special dish because I can't eat bread, and they catered to that need. But mostly we spent time together. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.